Manx Radio.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
Now we're going to start off with some music from Erin Loach. Now, Erin has been singing so well this week. I played earlier on in one of my programmes, I played her singing Show Me, the song from My Fair Lady. A really complicated song. I think it's got far too many words to fit into the tune. Very clever song. Diction has to be spot on. And she gave a class-winning performance there. Really excellent. But showing her versatility, yesterday, Saturday, she was in the Promenade Suite where the Manx language classes were being held, the song and spoken word, and she sang the Smuggler's Lullaby and won her class. This is Erin Loach. A class-winning performance there from Erin Loach. And Bob Carswell, the adjudicator, was full of praise for all the competitors, for Francesca Fairburn, Sophie Hawley and Erin Loach for the quality of the Manx pronunciation. But of Smuggler's Lullaby, he said that it's a tricky song to sing because he said it's got to be a lullaby, but at the same time the mother is giving out a very clear warning to her husband, who's on the horizon, that the excise man is about. We all know what that means. So he said the two emotions have got to be there in the song, and Erin did it. Winning performance there from Erin Loach. Now, another feature of the conclusion of the music festival is the concert class, and that makes a wonderful entertainment because we've got all our favourite choirs there, each with the ability to put together a 15-minute programme of their own choice. There's got to be at least one unaccompanied piece, and if they want to put any announcements in and make it into a little concert, or they can just sing the pieces through. And we're going to hear just one piece from the winning choir. Why am I just doing the one piece? Well, just to try and get as much of a mix of music as I possibly can. And the winners were Meadowside Choral Society. They had 90 marks, so huge congratulations to them. Their conductor on this occasion is Gareth Moore, and with this we send special good wishes to their regular conductor, Michael Porter, who is not terribly well at the moment, and we wish you the best of health very, very speedily, Mike. I know that you are making progress, but Mike didn't feel that he quite had the stamina to train the choir and take them into the competition. So Gareth Moore stepped into the breach, and he did it splendidly. They all looked as though they were having a great time, and here we have a class-winning performance from Meadowside Choral Society. And this was how they concluded their class-winning programme with You Raise Me Up, Meadowside Choral Society.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary,
Wasn't that just terrific? Class-winning performance there from Meadowside Choral Society, conducted by Gareth Moore. And I think their accompanist is Jennifer Bird. I do hope I'm correct in saying that. As I say, from where I have to sit sometimes in the hall, it's not always possible for me to see who the accompanist is. I hope I'm correct in that one. But all I know is very fine singing and a very popular win. But all the choirs sang beautifully. Dhoo Male Voice Choir were in second place. Earlier in the day, they had won the Male Voice Choir class yesterday afternoon. The Isle of Man Government Staff Choir were there. So also was Rock Van in Choir, and Manx Voices took part as well. It was a splendid night's entertainment. Thank you all.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
Another of the new classes in this year's Guild was stand-up comedy. And now we all thought it was a great idea, but we did just wonder, how would it work out? Well, it produced, I think you will agree, a surprise victory. And the gentleman who won it, out of, I think there were about 7 or 8 people who went in it, and the gentleman who won it is somebody who, in his own words, has never used his speaking voice in the Guild. Before I play you any of his winning performance, this is what he had to say about his win in the stand-up comedy class. This is Graham Crowe.
Well, who would have thought, Judith? It was very conversational, and then just sort of building up to punchlines, of course. A little bit of background. My jokes were maybe slightly longer than some of the other competitors, but I like to sort of set the scene and set the atmosphere as well, and the judge seemed to like it, so I linked it with sort of stories which were maybe partly factual about myself and my farming background, but the jokes are, at the end of the day, they're all made up, aren't they? So by different people. The audience seemed to enjoy it. That's the main thing. I was a little bit concerned about what the reaction would be, because that's the first time I've been competing in this festival for nearly 60 years, and that's the first time anybody's actually heard me speak here in a competition.
So instead of being booked to sing, you're going to be booked for your stand-up routine, do you think?
No, I'm not going to be doing that at all. I'm not going to reinvent myself as a comedian. Really, I entered this class to support Zoe because it was her idea to bring this class forward. So I thought, well, when the entries were there, I'll stick my name in, and if nobody else turns up, well, at least the class is going to go ahead. So I was very pleased to see that there were 7 entries, and it was quite a very enjoyable evening. So.
Now, isn't that just the perfect spirit of the Guild? Zoe, that Graham Crowe mentioned there, is Zoe Cannell. It was her idea to put the class in when discussions were made about what new things, that, like the newsreading class that I was talking about earlier in the week. And so Zoe's idea, and it was incorporated into the syllabus this year. But isn't that just the spirit that Graham would say, well, I wanted to make sure that the class went ahead. And there he was, he won it. Graham also had a very successful week singing again. He won the Ballacottier Rose Bowl singing with Neil Crowe, and that was they won the vocal duet class. Again, it's a qualifying competition for the Ballacottier Rose Bowl, and it's the various vocal duets singing against each other, mixed voice, male voice and ladies' voice duets. And it was Neil and Graham who won that with a beautiful piece of music that I played earlier in the week, singing the Ave Verum, the setting by Carl Jenkins. But this is, I think we can say for one time only, Graham Crowe, and this is part of his comedy routine.
It's absolutely fantastic to be here, and especially to walk on the stage when the audience has already been warmed up by the previous competitors. Absolutely brilliant, not walking into a cold room. I met a chap earlier on this evening, and he really could have done with cheering up. I parked the car up the top of the town, and as I was walking down, I came past this garden of the house, and I could hear this lawnmower going, and I could also hear this sobbing sound. So I stopped and looked over the hedge, and there was a chap there slumped over his lawnmower, crying his eyes out. I said to him, "Are you all right there, fella?" He said, "No, I'm going through a really rough patch." I really needed to be cheered up myself this week because a very good friend of mine died earlier this week. He passed away from an overdose of heartburn tablets. I still can't believe Gav is gone. Wasn't the weather absolutely fantastic over Easter? I hope you all had the opportunity to get out there in the fine weather and do something really good. I'm a farmer for a living, if you can call it that. Still managed to take a little bit of time out, a couple of hours, and we went off with grandchildren down to the wildlife park. We'd been there lately, they've got some really, really good new exhibits there. But there's one of them really had us going. I couldn't work it out to start with. We're walking down this alleyway, and in this cage, behind the bars, there was a loaf of Ramsay Bakery, white and healthy. I couldn't work out what it was doing there. So we had a word on one of the keepers, and he said, "Oh, it's bred in captivity." Well, like I said to you, I'm a farmer, and born and brought up in the countryside. And I was so terribly shy when I was a kid and adolescent, teenager, especially around girls. I couldn't bring myself to talk to them at all. But I really liked this young one that lived down the valley on the next farm. And one night I saw her out riding a horse, and as she came out our way, she stopped at the bottom of the road, got off the horse, and she was looking over this gate into the field. So I thought, now's my chance, I'll go down and have a word with her. So I moseyed off down there, leaning on the gate. "All right, how you doing?" And then, flash of inspiration, down the bottom of the field, one of the bulls started getting a bit frisky with the cow. So I thought, well, I'll take my cue from that. So I gave her a nudge and said, "I wish I was doing that." And she looked at me and smiled and said, "Well, you please yourself, it's your cow." Oh dear. I eventually got a little bit more confidence with the girls, and I started going out with this girl. She was cross-eyed. Well, that didn't last long. I was pretty sure she was seeing someone else. Another girl. Every time I picked her up, took her out to the pub, all she ever wanted to do was drink Indian tonic water. But eventually, I swept her off her feet.
Graham Crowe winning the Stand Up for Comedy class, and I think he's got great talent, really has. Mind you, I have heard when Graham has been in concert, he's often had a little joke to add to his excellent music. Making history, as we always say, when there's the first of anything in the Guild, making history there. Graham being the first winner of the stand-up comedy class, and certainly judging by nearly 100 people in the audience, I would say that class is going to be a firm fixture in the Guild programme. I'm quite sure that it'll be even more people will be taking part in it. Certainly hope so. So there we are. Congratulations and thanks to Graham Crowe. Congratulations on his win, and thanks to him for jumping in and making sure that the class got off to a really good start. Some fabulous singing for you now, and this is the concert class for up to 18-year-olds, so it's the junior equivalent of the class at Meadowside, one just that I was mentioning a little while ago. So here we had choirs from the schools, all trained to a very, very high standard. Xenakis Singers won it. They had 92 marks, and this is their programme. This is the Xenakis Singers.
He's the man with the Midas touch.
Wasn't that just beautiful? 92 marks for the Xenakis Singers. And that was, of course, the mighty Goldfinger, and followed by the Bluebird by Stanford. Congratulations to the Xenakis Singers.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
Manx Voices were in fine voice yesterday, and they won the ladies' choir class with 91 marks. Conducted, as always, by Angela Stewart. I think I'm right in saying their accompanist is Julie Brew. And in the ladies' choir class, there was a test piece, Send in the Clowns, from A Little Night Music, and then two pieces of the choir's own choice. Let's listen to them now. Manx Voices singing the test piece, Send in the Clowns. This is Manx Voices.
Thank you.
forgive me. I should have said that Manx Voices were going to sing Send in the Clowns, preceded by This Little Babe from A Ceremony of Carols by Britten. That was one of their own choice pieces. But wasn't that beautiful? 91 marks for Manx Voices Choir, who won the ladies' choir class yesterday. Let's finish in great style with the Dhoo Male Voice Choir, who were singing their souls out yesterday, and to great effect. They won the male voice choir class and they took second place in the concert class, and here they are under, as usual, the baton of Wendy McDowell, with Regina Kaniewski as their accompanist. Very well received singing there from the Dhoo Male Voice Choir. That really has a tingle factor, doesn't it? And you know, I've managed to squeeze just a few more minutes out now so that we can finish off with the Ballacottier Primary School mixed choir for 7-year-olds. Nobody in this choir must be above 7 years of age. It was another class-winning performance with the Ballacottier Primary School mixed choir.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree.
And I have to say, they looked absolutely gorgeous. I saw Katie Lawrence, their teacher, and some of the other teachers and parents taking them into the hall. They were tiny, tiny little ones. As I say, the nobody there has to be over 7 years of age in the mixed choirs class there that Ballacottier Primary School won. And there were some tiny little ones there, and as you could hear, singing their hearts out.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you by Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook, spectrumwindows.im or spectrumwarmroofs.im.
I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who made the Guild such a success, and the lovely Shirley Savage, who is always there on the door, always smiling, always helpful. She is the heartbeat of the Villa Marina, and she's the heartbeat of the Guild as well. So thank you to everybody. In my book, everybody involved in the Guild is a winner. All the broadcasts of results and coverage and everything that I've done are all available as podcasts via our website, manxradio.com, and it's very easy to find the podcast section there, and they will remain there forever. There's also a description with them that tells you who is featured in each of the programmes, so you can have a look and make sure that it's the right one that you want to listen to before you download it. So they're there via manxradio.com, and they will stay there forever.